What do you expect to see when this vote takes place? Do you think Republicans will rally to support Johnson?
I mean, that is a question for the GOP, and we certainly hope today does not start like it did 2 years ago with 15 rounds of votes, chaos, infighting in the GOP. I can tell you this, Democrats are here. We are ready to support Hakeem Jeffries, but more than that, we are ready to fight for the issues that the American people want us to focus on. Bringing down the cost of living, whether that's housing or childcare or groceries. And the more chaos and dysfunction on the GOP side, the longer it takes to get to why the American people sent us here, which is to deliver solutions to make their lives better.
Is there any chance Democrats could cross party lines to vote for Johnson and avoid a prolonged fight over Speaker?
No, this is the majority's responsibility to elect a speaker. And time again, over the last session of Congress, it was Democrats who came forward and gave our votes when they're needed. We are always going to look for bipartisan opportunities to do what's right for the American people, to put the focus on them. But the GOP is solely focused on further tax cuts for the extremely wealthy, not just the well-off, but we are talking the richest man in the world, like Elon Musk. And so we are going to continue to be here. We are aligned behind Hakeem Jeffries because he has shown the leadership that we need. The leadership that starts with taking those issues that families worry about around their kitchen table and bringing them solutions from Congress. That's where our focus is going to be, and that's why our votes will remain with Hakeem Jeffries for Speaker.
Do you worry that you could end up with a Speaker who is less of a moderate, more conservative, more to the right than Speaker Johnson?
I don't know how we end up with a speaker who is any weaker or a GOP in the House that is more dysfunctional. This is what we have to deal with, and we are going to be, as a block of votes, saying the American people matter. Their voices have to be put into our political process. That's why I'm a Democrat, to bring those voices into the halls of power here in Congress. And that is the work we are going to do as a caucus in this next session of Congress.
Congresswoman, do Democrats stand to gain anything from a potentially paralyzed Congress?
No, because what we're here to do is to work for the American people. So paralysis is the enemy, and it is wasting time. Listen, we have heard clearly from the American people that they want us to work together for them, and that is our commitment right back to the families that sent us here to Congress. So when there is this paralysis in the GOP, it is a waste of time and money for the American people.
Okay, Johnson says he thinks he can get it done in one vote. We'll see. But what's the strategy for Democrats going forward in this new Congress when it comes to working with Republicans on bipartisan issues? Do you see things getting done in a way that satisfies both parties?
Well, I'll tell you, we have a real showing of where they are headed with the first 12 bills that they put out. Not a single one of them deals with kitchen table issues, what deals with the economy, the cost of living that the American people are struggling with now. So that is a bad sign of where this GOP is going, that they are barreling towards making an economy that continues to grow wealth for billionaires. And let's be very real, Elon Musk has doubled his wealth since the election because of his role, because of what people see that he will be able to do around our tax policy and other policies that will benefit those who already have great power and wealth in this country. So we are going to continue to set that course to make sure the American people are heard, that we're bringing down those cost of living issues. Like I said, housing, childcare, making sure that we continue to have local schools that are well funded, making sure that we are feeding hungry children in this country. All of that is on their chopping block in order to create greater tax cuts for the very wealthy. So we are going to stand in opposition to that, but we are willing to work with anyone of any party who will come and join us on addressing these kitchen table economic issues.
All right, so we'll find out how united Republicans are when it comes to House Speaker, but they have been largely united around President-elect Trump. Who fills the leadership vacuum on the Democratic side when President Biden leaves office?
Well, we are very excited about the leaders we have. Hakeem Jeffries being our minority leader here in the House, but also these new members of Congress. In the House, Democrats fell short of the majority, but we were able to flip 10 seats, more than Republicans were able to flip. And we've made this margin very close because of our focus on those kitchen table issues. So that is where we're going to continue to be. And I think the American people are quickly going to see that the House GOP does not have their best interests at stake. They are continuing to work on those policies that ballooned the deficit in the Trump administration. A quarter of all our deficit was created in those first 4 years that Trump was in office. And that is what they are doubling down on. And we are going to be here to say, let's work on the issues that the American people sent us to. If we can work with Donald Trump on it, we will. If we can work with the House Republicans on it, we will. But if they're not going to, if they're going to just work for the very well-off and the already powerful, we are going to be a voice in opposition.